the government of Kenya has identified leather as a priority sector for attainment of industrial transformation program and the Vision 2030 development goals. As we continue to work towards promoting a vibrant industry, we need to take note of the various challenges that the industry has faced over time, key among these being high cost of production due to lack of affordable credit for the investors. The Ministry of Industry, Trade and Cooperatives, through the Kenya Leather Development Council, has initiated specific interventions to address the sector challenges and ensure transformation of the industry to become more efficient and internationally competitive. Our country envisages becoming a regional hub of manufacturing of leather, footwear, and leather products. To achieve the envisioned growth, a public-private partnership approach is the way to go. Such collaboration will ensure that the goals of the leather sector are achieved faster and in a more coherent manner.
Towards this, the Export Processing Zone Authority has set aside 500 acres of EPZ land in Kinani, Machakos County to host the first modern mixed-use industrial park in East Africa, solely dedicated to the leather sector. The EPZA, in collaboration with the Kenya Leather Development Council, can today proudly confirm that we have completed the master planning phase of the industrial park, and we have similarly finalized and validated the feasibility study and the strategic environmental assessment. As of today, all statutory approvals at both national and county level have been obtained for the new development. The Kenya Leather Park will play a major role towards firmly placing Kenya as a key player in the global supply chain for leather products by providing an enabling, incentivized environment for investments in the sector. The Export Processing Zone Authority therefore looks forward to engage with investors interested in production for exports and with stakeholders in the sector. It is our firm belief that this new initiative will also provide the much-needed impetus to economically empower the marginalized pastoralist communities by providing a ready market for hides and skins and to spur entrepreneurship in leather products within an enabling environment.
If you think about the global leather trade and production, it's worth about $100 billion US. $100 billion US is the size of the opportunity that we have. And then you look at that and see how much of that is happening in Africa. It's about 4 billion. 4% is what Africa is actually able to do. And if you look at Kenya, we do just about $140 million. Less than 0.25%. It just shows the size of the opportunity and what we could achieve if we got this right. We looked at the economics and the supply chain of this industry, and if you think about it in Africa, Africa today contributes about 20% of the world livestock supply today. In many respects, our ability and capacity to make this work, because we have raw materials, we have the animals, we have the markets, and we have got the expertise around within the country to actually do that. So it is something that we're really excited about, and we hope, together with yourselves, we should be able to drive this. The government policy around driving this sector much more aggressively than we have before. Today, a significant part of our leather industry is concentrated in development of the hides up to a semi-processed stage, commonly referred to as wet blue, which is really a very, very, very basic processing before we get into finished leather. And yet, there's so many leather products that are coming into the country. We have, in the last couple of years, made it difficult for people to export raw hides. That is a big win. That is to provide raw materials for our industry, and that is working well. What we want to do is in the next 2 to 3 years, and we are doing this jointly with the sector players, is we will also make it difficult for people, industry, to export the semi-processed leather. We want as much as possible of our leather to be processed into the finished leather. That will then become the raw materials for many of our other leather products, be it bags, be it footwear, and so many other things that we will need in our country, in the region, but also be able to export in different parts of the world, where today we have some significant preferential market access, like in the US under the AGOA program, EU, and many other places. What we can do as government is to really provide the necessary enabling environment, be it infrastructure such as the Machakos Leather Park that you will see, or you have seen the model. We will be doing some heavy infrastructure investments in there to make it easy for you just to focus on your actual production, and also the relevant policies that would be necessary to help you compete effectively within the country amongst yourselves, but also globally.
It's durable, it's warm, and it also then consumes our own local material.
Until this 2 years back or 3 years back, when the CS Mr. Aden took over,
Good morning. This is very exciting because there are many has taken from when we started talking about when